And now Jordan is there. What? I don't know what the fuck happened. We're live. I mean, is the YouTube, did it reconnect or did it start a new stream? Of course it did. Of course it started a new fucking stream.
That bass tone.
Alright. Okay, let me go ahead and... Alright, we are live. I don't know who's in here because my stream restarted, so we'll give it a couple seconds. It was just my OBS. I don't know what the fuck happened. It crashed. Let me go. Go delete the old VOD so people don't keep trying to click on it real quick. Delete. Deleted. All right, we are back. Welcome in, whoever happens to be here. If you're in the chat, say something. Let us know that someone. I think I bet my Zeus Bolt. Yes, we are here. Thank you for the sub. Appreciate you. Have you started? No. That is a negative. We have not started yet. So I started stream, you know, because I usually start stream to let, you know, the sit in the little starting soon screen so people can come in. And as soon as I did that, I had to poop, so I went to the bathroom. So that took me like 10 minutes. And then we sat down.
Same.
I got everything ready. Jordan wasn't here, and I was like, all right, we're just waiting. And as soon as Jordan sits down, my OBS crashes. So I had to fucking restart that, and so we literally still have not started yet. So carry the spark. Welcome in. All right. So
now you're here at the beginning.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's do that. All right. So tonight we've got 2 albums, 1 EP. We've got Intervals first, then the Ameonna. I don't know how the fuck you say that. That EP, we're gonna be doing that one, and then Extortionist. That's the other one. Extortionist. I always want to say Distinguisher, and I don't know why. I think because I've seen them both together, and so I just get their. But anyways, Ameonna. However, we will be having a second stream. I guess I can't really say this week. We'll be having a stream on Tuesday. I was gonna have another one because Tana's out of town, so I'm just at home and I'm off work. I was off work today, and I'm off work Tuesday and Wednesday, which are both all of my normal working days, because Tana's in Colorado. So I'm just sitting here free. Jordan works, so we can't do a second stream during the weekend, but we'll be doing another stream on Tuesday. So just so y'all know, I know it's a random fucking day, but yeah. So that day we'll be doing Chakran, hopefully Mortal Reminder, and depending on probably just that Dead Vectors one that Carry the Spark wants us to do. May squeeze another EP in there. I don't know. The Chakran album is 50 minutes, so probably not. You got to bring back song request streams, man. I don't know. Jordan, how do you feel about the song request streams? I feel good not having those things. Those things were daunting, man.
Yeah.
It was kind of, it was like, oh fuck, I gotta stream tonight. I don't know how long we're gonna be on. We're gonna be on. It could be anywhere between 2 to 4 hours. It's like, ugh. I don't know. Maybe one day. Like I said, probably for like special occasions or something, or when there's like absolutely no albums to review. I don't know. We'll think about it. We'll think about it. I know they were fun. I know that was the point. They had better viewership technically. I feel like a once a month stream would be cool, and maybe cap it at a certain number of requests, or maybe just yeah, something like that. Don't do free songs. Well, see, the risk with that is that what if no one wants to pay? Then we don't have any songs, you know. So it's a hard, like, it's hard to kind of find a balance there. So doubt it. Yeah, maybe once a month or something. We'll see. I'm trying to transfer to. I've been saying this for 6 months because we're on a hiring freeze right now. That's why I haven't done it yet. I'm literally just sitting in the queue. I'm trying to transfer to weekend shifts. I currently work Tuesday through Friday at 3:30 a.m. So that's what makes my, like, the middle of the week, like, not only am I working and tired, then I also have to go to bed at fucking like 9 o'clock at night. I can't do anything. I basically do nothing during the week except for just work. That leaves me those 3 days to do whatever I need to do for this and stuff. So I'm trying to transfer to basically the opposite schedule. We're going to be working weekend nights, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So that way, my Tuesday through Friday is completely free, and my mornings are completely free. So it'll give me more energy and ability to do that. So once I do that, then we will revisit doing the song request streams. Though it wouldn't be on a Friday night because I still want to have. I like having the new albums. You know, reviewing the new albums the day they fucking come out. It just makes more sense. You know. So it'd probably be like
I gotta go
day.
back to the bathroom, but I have my headphones in.
Okay.
I have my headphones in. I can hear.
We're not gonna be able to hear you, right? The microphone's on your.
No, I'm turning my mic.
Okay. Anyways, so yeah, so once that ever happens, we're on a hiring freeze at my job right now. So I think they told me this week that there's a possibility it's gonna change. Some stuff's gonna start moving around. So you know, fingers crossed that I'll be able to do that. Because once I do that, then I'm only gonna be working. In other words, I'm gonna be working 3 days a week instead of 4 days a week. So it's gonna make everything so much easier for me. And the weekend shifts get paid more, so it kind of evens out. I'll still be getting the same amount of money. So, like I said, y'all, fingers crossed. Pray if that's the kind of shit you're into, you know. But yeah, so I put in for that in like December or January, but it's a whole complicated thing. We're just not hiring right now, so that means no transfers either. So hopefully soon. It's been fucking 6 months, so. But all right, we're super fucking late. It's almost 6:30, and we haven't started any fucking music yet. Jordan says they have headphones in, so yeah. And if y'all missed it, we're gonna have a second stream. Not technically this week. It'll be this upcoming Tuesday in like 4 days. We're gonna have another album review stream for albums from this week. So stay tuned for that one. But all right, let's get into this. We're going to be doing intervals first. Of course, they do have a visualizer / music video for the entire album. So Jordan's going to miss part of that. But that sucks for Jordan. So here we go. Intervals. I'm slightly familiar with intervals. Not super familiar. I know a couple of their songs. They're progressive metalcore. I'm pretty sure it's just one fucking dude, but has like guest vocals or his vocals or other types of shit. So here we go. Fingers crossed I make hella sales from here until September so I can go to see Korn. Hell yeah. And Spearbox. Let's go. So I think this should mostly be instrumental, which I don't listen to a lot of instrumental stuff, so we'll see how this goes. That's one of the reasons I don't know a lot of their songs, because I don't listen to a lot of instrumental shit. So the plan was we were supposed to do the Mortal Reminder album. It's a debut album. It's got a lot of hype, but apparently their release got corrupted. So the album didn't come out today. So hopefully by Tuesday that shit will be out. Otherwise we're going to have to find some other shit to review. Disappointing. Like I said, I wanted to... Oh yeah, I meant to go live on TikTok. Shit, let me click this go live button. Rip. Yes, we're gonna be trying that again. I changed some settings, so hopefully when I start recording it won't fuck up. Oh, here we go. We got someone gonna let us they want us to get some views. You sure about what? Which part? Which part am I not sure about? Watch and Jordan have not been able to hear any of this, and so we're gonna have to re-listen to the first song. That's gonna be... Oh yeah. So yeah, if you can hear, you heard all the music, right, Jordan, and everything. Jordan, you heard the music? Yes? Okay. You were like lagging for a second there. Yeah, so if when we start doing the album review part, the portion, if it starts getting choppy and I don't see it, let me know so I can just turn it off. I changed some settings. I really... Streaming to TikTok really helps. We usually get like a new viewer, at least like a new viewer every week or something like that, which is a, you know, that's a positive, right? And I'm assuming because they don't really have vocals that they put all the extra effort into visualizations and stuff. Every band should do it, but it's probably definitely something you should do if you don't got some vocals. So props to this band for doing that. I really like the summersy kind of riffs they got going on here. That bass tone. Do you want EPs for Tuesday in case Mortal Reminder isn't out by then? Beyond Salvation, Tolls, Urinal. I'll check them out. I'll write them down. See, the thing, I know it's a dumb take. It's just like, I don't listen to a lot of instrumental stuff because I'm like, wow, like, imagine if they had a vocalist. Like, it would just be like even better. Like, I don't know. That's just me. I don't know. I like instrumental tracks. Don't get me wrong. Those are like some of my favorite things. I like a mix. That's still that bass tone, just super solid. Yeah, no, it's good. That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like vocals help me hold focus, but this makes my mind. Yeah, pretty much. Vocals give it like a ground. I think I've said that before. It kind of helps you kind of connect a little bit more, you know? Drum production, the production all around is super solid. Person, hello. On TikTok. I don't know who you are because your name is emoji. So. Hell yeah, guitar, guitar emoji. Write these things down. Be fun to practice over? Yeah, it would. I'm sure they welcome it too. That was cool. It was like a little riff from like each instrument. There was like keys, drums, guitar, bass. I can only really picture like periphery. Well, I mean cleans. Andy Cizek, basically. Because they have some. I think I have one of their songs on my playlist. Let me see. And I'll show you. I don't know who does the vocals in it. It's just my liked songs. Automaton right here from A Voice Within. Damn, that song was from 2014. God damn. Chaotic Fantasy.
Literally 10 years ago.
Yeah. Canada.
Kind of a breakdown.
The bassist, it was a bassist who did vocals. Oh, Anna Sastry was in this band too. That's the dude in Cheney's band, right? Is he in that band? Which band is he in? Or he? I think he collabed. I think he collabed with her. I think that's why I keep thinking that. That's why I always get those confused.
Yeah, the drummer in Cheney's band is what's his name? Animosity.
Yeah, there's a lot of drama in this. Apparently, when the vocalist guy left, the guitarist, the main dude in the band, kind of demoted Anna Sastry and the other guy to just like hired guns for his solo project. Like it just became like the Lucas Mann show, you know.
Or Panic at the Disco.
Yeah, and he booked studio time without telling anyone, and so the other dudes left. So, you know, kind of shitty, but you know, whatever. It was a long time ago, so, you know. Or like, oops. I did not mean to do that. Let me show you real quick the vocals that were on here. I think I lost it. It's right here. Think I Am Abomination. That's basically what this was. This was 10 years ago, same band. So like, I think it fits perfectly. I have to look up who that dude was and what he does now, but anyways, can't even do anything with this anymore. You can actually, you actually can still use your mosh cred. Guess what? For album reviews, because we do album reviews. Or when we do song quest streams. We were just talking about that. We still have them, just not, you know, super often. Homework music? Yeah. That's what I need vocals. Let me look up this dude real quick. So it was Mike Sameski. He was in The Heart Machine. Band called Raunchy. Interesting name. Rest Among Ruins Ordinance. I'm not familiar with any of those. Probably very prog. So it says Raunchy is a pop metal band. How much cred is an album? I gotta go look. I don't remember. Let me look at the menu. If I just type it in. That might spam everyone because it was used 3 streams, so it's gonna go to. It's 50,000, but I'll probably lower that since we don't have the streams. I'll probably put it back down. I think it was like 30,000 was the original. I moved it up when we were having like, you know, lots of streams, lots of people just like constantly donating and getting points. I think, I don't think I have an option for EP on there. I need to put an EP one on there. That'll be half the price of albums. Yeah, I believe that's because, Zeusball says I can't check on Twitch. I think it's because it's a bot. And so I think the bot might only be in one channel at a time. And since I'm streaming to YouTube and Twitch, I think it's... I know that's kind of a pain in the ass. It's like, I don't know if... I don't want to just stream to Twitch, because it's like... You know, I want to tap into the YouTube user base, but I don't know. I have less reach on Twitch, but I don't want to just have everything on YouTube, so it's like I can't decide, so I just stream to both. Yeah. Yeah, can't pause streams on Twitch. That's one thing. But I like having Twitch because Twitch I can, if we have, you know, a good amount of viewers, I can raid out to somebody. People can raid in to me. And like as a business decision, it's best to not have all your eggs in one basket. So I'd like to try growing on Twitch.
Could you imagine people hardcore dancing to this? The breakdowns.
You know, It's the thing is that you technically can, like I wanted to mosh to Tesseract the end breakdown to Nocturne, but the fan base just doesn't allow it. Because there's like it's like a straight up breakdown, you know. And then there's like there's a breakdown in on the first album. It's like literally just Vela Maya. So this one has a feature. I don't know if it's a vocal feature or if it's what. Evan Marion. Who's Evan Marion? Some fucking guy. Dance electronic. Okay. So he's probably doing some of the... Okay. So probably not vocals. This is very much a game soundtrack kind of song. At least that synth, like straight up. You just rip that synth out. Very Mega Man.
Mr. Jumping.
Also, if y'all didn't know, you can see the everyone's chat on the screen. If y'all haven't been paying attention, you can see people from Twitch and YouTube mixed together. So I can technically talk to each other if you can read the tiny text. Think of Dragon Ball? Yeah, kinda. I can see that. This kind of reminds me of, who was it? I always said it would be cool to see, like, Chan collab with, like, I can't remember their name right now, but it was like, it was basically like Ameonna or something like that. It'd be really cool to see them, that kind of collab.
Well, Ameonna are already a bunch of hardcore kids, so.
Burb streams on Twitch, and I'm sure he makes bank $10 per request. Yeah, he also has 10, 20, like 20 times the channel size on YouTube. And he grinds. I don't have time to grind currently. But also, again, that's why I like to stream on Twitch, because Burb has rated us before, sent his viewer base over here. I like to do the, I like to rate out 2, but usually if we have like, you know, 4 or 5 or more viewers. I could never be a music reactor because I only listen to what I want to. Well, I mean, I kind of do that too. Or shit that I know I'm going to shit on. That's basically what I react to. But also, you kind of have to, you still have to react to bigger stuff, because that's why, like, you know, bands will hit me up and be like, hey, you want to do a reaction? And I'm like, man, you know, I could, but it's not gonna do anything for you. Like, just people won't click on it if they don't know, you know? Like, it's hard to say without sounding like a dick, but like, it just doesn't do anything. It doesn't help anybody. Unless you're like Burb size. Then there's ways you can do it. This is very Final Fantasy. That's also why I kind of feel bad about tagging bands when I do the album streams, because I'm like, damn, what if they come in and we hate the fucking album? So
maybe they'll make better music.
Yeah, so if you notice, a lot of the albums we review, because we only have limited time, is usually either A, big name, that's usually the priority, is, you know, if it's like what everyone's fucking talking about, or if there's not anything like that, it's something I know we're gonna like. I'll listen through songs and be like, okay, this sounds good, I'll listen to this. If I had the time to review every album in the world, not every album in the world, every metalcore album in the world, I would, but we don't. Maybe one day our channel will just blow the fuck up and we'll just be able to make money just reviewing albums. My most watched reaction was actually my biggest genuine reaction. Yeah, that's why, like, if it's stuff that I know I'm gonna like, you know, it's like I'm more just sitting there into it than if it's just some random shit. I can't pretend, so that's why I try to stick to what I like. I feel like y'all were way more harsh about albums back in the day. Now you rate stuff pretty averagely at worst. Again, that's because when I curate the albums we're gonna review, it's usually stuff that we're gonna like. we just haven't listened to a lot of shit that we don't like. You know what I mean? I mean, the next Parkway Drive comes out, we're gonna rate it, you know? We'll do that one. A little bit heavier one here. Need to look at the list to figure out what you might not like so you can give it genuine feedback. But again, like I said, that's what I'm saying though, is like if I had the time to do it, usually there's just some other shit I would rather listen to. Because I really don't sit down and listen to a lot of albums just to listen to them. I hold off and try to listen to it on stream, you know what I mean? So I would rather just do the shit that everyone's either talking about or stuff we know we'd like. Paid only requests should be your next move, even if you don't get as many requests. Your streams would be much shorter. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Over time, I think your donations would increase because people wouldn't have to wait for all of your free requests. Yeah, it's just you know, felt it was risky to just have that, but that's why we tried to limit them, you know, especially when like Raimi was here. We had to limit them, you know. But also that's how you get people to come in, because you know some people can't afford to pay, and so then they're just like, oh, I don't know, you know, I'm gonna be here. You have to like kind of try to work it in a way. But maybe when we do have like get to a point where we can do like at least like a monthly song request stream or something like that, maybe we can have people have a way for people to put in requests like ahead of time or something like that, you know? I don't know, something like that. And then it would be, see, the dollar requests are an issue because people will spam the shit out of those fucking dollar requests. And we're just like, all right, you're adding like an hour a time for fucking $5. I need you to stop. That's why we had a limit on, it was, what was it, $3 and under? We're like, all right, you can only do 2 of those in a night. Yeah, giving away a free request, something like that. But I mean, we also do have that's what one of the points of the Mosh Cred is that you can use your Mosh Cred for to have a free request that becomes a paid request, paid using Mosh Cred. You don't like money? No, not. That's what I'm saying. We've had 8-hour streams, and that's like a lot, man. And when a lot of it, when there's like 2 hours of time out of that from just people donating $1, it's like, oh my god, man. Like, we're spending our time, like it's us hanging out, yes, but also like, dude, I got, you know, come on. Also, the other part of it is the fucking COVID shit. If y'all, I mean, the past probably like 6 months, well, not 6 months now, but 6 months from when we stopped doing those song request streams, 6 months to a year, had gone down. Like, well, we didn't really have we had a lot of really short streams, hour and a half streams, because just people stopped coming. Some of y'all weren't here for peak COVID when everyone was, you know, stuck at home and watching the streams. We would hit like 35 people in here. It was nuts. That's a lot of fucking people. I don't understand how you hate on Dance Gavin Dance, but here we are listening to this. It's not the same thing at all. Especially, I mean, even in style, like, they're both tweedly, that's about it. Dance Gavin Dance is still post-hardcore. This is much more just progressive metal slash, you know, progressive like metalcore. If you just did Dance Gavin Dance instrumentals, it wouldn't sound anything like this. And the only part, the songs that I do like from Dance Gavin Dance are the parts when they have like the jazzy shit, like is it Young Robot? What's the name of the song? Death of a Strawberry. A couple others like that. Have those very specific moments, you know. They don't use them enough. It's the other parts that I don't care about. Chronophobia, I'm assuming that's the fear of time. I like that they're kind of giving it a little bit of a bigger kind of sound for a ending track. God, is that the fucking... Okay, no, it's not. Never mind. I thought it was somebody. I thought it was in a... somebody that I don't like. It wasn't. Also, funny enough that I said Andy Sizek because Intervals is on tour with Makari right now, so. You know, your first request stream, I'm gonna have a bunch of songs, right? Oh god. Then I guess we should just have a Chaotic Fantasy edition. Guys, we only have room for 20 songs. Unfortunately, Chaotic Fantasy has requested 20 songs, so... Zeusball says this album won't be a full re-listen, but there are 3 specific I'll be going back to. I didn't write down which ones, but I think the first half of the album was... the first few songs were probably my favorite. I mean, we had so many people, we had so many viewers in here. We literally had a secretary. It was me, Jordan, Raimi, and Raimi's girlfriend at the time that would run like behind the scenes. The downside was having to pay all 4 of them. But then once we started getting less viewers, then Raymond was like, he became a bitch. So, track 2, 3, and 8. 8, yeah, the last track was really good. Yeah, I would agree with probably 2 and 3. Yeah, the first 4 songs were probably my favorite part. Once it got into Side Quest was really good too, but I think the first half were my favorite. Anyways, let's all right, so remember, my stream could start getting choppy. Let me know and I'll turn off the TikTok thing because I am streaming to TikTok too. So once sometimes it's like just kind of random that it starts. Yeah, I don't think I could tell most of the songs apart, if I'm honest. That's the thing about instrumental music for me. That's just how, you know. Anyways, Intervals, Memory Palace, that is the name of it. And it's instantly getting choppy. So, all right. If you're on TikTok, go to YouTube or Twitch. Sorry, bye. Maybe I will just, you know, that could be a thing. Maybe that could be my advertisement. We listen to the album and I'm like, all right, if y'all want to hear the album, the discussion part, go over to YouTube or Twitch. So if you're on over there on TikTok, we're about to talk about the album. You want to hear that, go over to Twitch, Old Head Mike Show. And then otherwise, we'll be back in a little bit with our next album. Bye. There you go. All right, cool. That's just what I'll have to do until I figure out another method of doing that. All right, start recording. All right, should be good. Yep, not choppy. Not choppy. All right, so we just listened to the new Intervals album, Memory Palace. So now we're going to talk about it a little bit. I'll give you my thoughts, some track highlights. We'll go into a deeper discussion with my co-host Jordan over here, and come back around and give you our ratings for our on-the-spot first listen album review. So Intervals is a band I'm semi-familiar with. I know I've seen them live. I know a few of their songs, specifically more when they had a vocalist, kind of like Polyphia. Interesting little thing there. But outside of that, not really. Mostly because I'm not an instrumental person. I don't listen to a lot of. I need the kind of, in my opinion, vocalist kind of helps ground the music, and offers a connection point, a personal connection point. There's not a lot of personality. That's a weird. That's not the right word that I'm trying to find, but that's just how I feel sometimes. Because I love instrumental tracks, just in an album with vocals as well. So it's a little harder for me to connect with straight up instrumental music. So my review will, it has some to do with that, but outside of that, cut that part off. I think the music that is here is extremely solid. I love the summer vibe that it has. There's some of the effects, very kind of lots of like reverb touches throughout the album and stuff like that. A lot of bluesy kind of riffs that give it, like I said, this very kind of summer feel, which I think is kind of probably what they were going for coming out, at the end of May. So it kind of makes sense. It's a very kind of upbeat album. There's not a lot of there's not too many heavy parts, but there are enough in here that I think are kind of still give it that hey you're still listening to metal, so I can appreciate that. I think so yeah, like I said, it's hard for me to really kind of talk about some stuff like this because it's hard to connect to without vocals. But still, it's very well done for what it is. In my opinion, I still can listen to it and be like, damn, I wish I had some vocals. Still, because it just kind of, I think someone in our chat said that, it's hard to tell the songs apart, and that's kind of how I feel about instrumental music. It's easy to just it's good background music. You just throw this shit on, go game and fucking do some homework and stuff. But that's also not a super positive. But I listen to electronic music, which is for the most part no vocals. So it's the metal part that just that kind of takes away from it for me. Maybe my brain is just weird. But again, the music here is still extremely solid, really well put together. Production is, in my opinion, stellar. Great. There's great bass tone throughout the whole thing. They give it some sections where the bass really comes in, but then still when it's not, super present, it's still there. You can still hear it and feel it. Drum production, again, just like the bass, it's there. It's there. It's not, the cymbals aren't drowned out. Again, I think probably not having vocals makes it a little easier to kind of focus on these types of things. So props to them for that, and also for having visualizers for all of the different songs. I love that. I think every band should do it, but again, not having vocals, having something to kind of watch and just kind of float with makes it a little bit better for me too. So again, not much else for me to say personally. It's a great summer vibey record. I think the riffs here are really fun. I don't want to mention it again. Again, it is kind of samey, but again, that's just how my brain connects with instrumental music. Um, but the fact that it's like so cohesive in that kind of way, that you can just put it on, I think it still can be a positive. And also a lot of the stuff on here, there's a couple songs and nootropic and side quest, that borrow a lot from like video games. There's a lot of like kind of 16-bit kind of feel in here, and so that's always really cool to see as well. I would say my for track highlights, the first three tracks are probably my favorite. I think the just like when we jumped into this album, it was fucking great. It slowed down a little bit more at the end, um but I don't think it really took a dip in quality. It just kind of changed a little bit of the tone. Um with there was a Circuit Bender, which was probably the heaviest on here, and then Chronophobia, the last track, that one was a really kind of big kind of feeling ender, which is always another plus for me. So cool to see they got kind of tied it in a little bow there. But other than that, I think that's about all I can say. Jordan, what did you think?
I thought this album was great. Just off the first song alone, like it was just so upbeat and like you said, summery sounding, but like still technical to where it's like, damn, like this band is really going and they're cooking, but like it's still like grounded enough to where it's like catchy and like very kind of like easy to grasp a little bit, a lot more than like a lot more other like proggy bands and stuff like that. So I definitely think that's a little bit better, having a prog band that doesn't have vocals, um, just to have the music be a little bit, I don't want to say dumber, but like just more easy to grasp. I think that really helps a lot. I think the first song just alone was probably one of the best songs on the album. I also liked the second and third song. Those songs were really good, but I think my favorite was probably the side quest one. Obviously because it's got like the 16-bit whatever Nintendo Core kind of sounding stuff. There was like a breakdown in that song a little bit, so it's a little bit more up my alley. But like I don't think any of the other songs were really bad. I think they're all really really solid. They were a little samey, but then again, they were also very like they all had like their standout moments to kind of like separate each other a little bit. But if it would have had vocals, that would have helped a little bit more, with different lyrics and all that kind of stuff. So I think the last song was pretty good. I think what really saved it for me was like the ending where it kind of like cut out and then it came back. I think that was really really cool. Definitely gave it a really big ending. Other than that, I don't really have too much else to say. Like just the mix, the writing, all that is very very good. It's just not something I would probably go and listen to on its own. I'd probably maybe put that side quest song on like a playlist or something, but nothing's really bad or anything. I think it's also just very very good. It's just that it's instrumental. That's really the only problem. I mean, it's not even a problem. It's just how it is. So,
Yeah, that's
I'm not gonna, yeah, I'm not gonna take any points off really for that, because that's just the genre. But yeah, definitely the side quest song. I think Circuit Bender was also a pretty good one. It kind of had like a little bit of like a cyberpunk
mhm.
Final Fantasy VII kind of feel. Definitely reminded me of like the Gold Saucer a little bit with like the visuals and stuff like that. Uh, but yeah, pretty much everything was really solid. Bass tone was probably the best part, honestly. Other than like the guitar just going off and the drums just going off. I mean honestly they all kind of equally did really good on this album. So I mean it's only three instruments, so you got to kind of make it interesting and kind of have it stand out. Especially on that one song, I can't remember which one it was. It was towards the end, but you notice how they had like a little bit of like a instrument had like a little riff like right at the end,
Yeah,
and
I
then kind of
can't
built up to
remember
the
which
big
one that
part.
was. I think it was like I want to say it might have been number 4, nootropic, nootropic. I don't know what the word. I don't know which one it was. I heard it and it was really cool. I didn't write it down, but yes, it was good.
Yeah, so otherwise, I think it was really, really solid. Um, it is very short, so I don't know if I guess this would be counted as an album. It's like 30 minutes, but it feels a lot shorter than that. I
Yeah,
don't know.
no, it's I believe 38 minutes, surprisingly. Let me look here.
It did not feel like that.
Intervals, Mirror Palace. 36 minutes. 36 minutes, yep. Yeah. All right, well, what would you rate this then?
Um, I think I'm just, hmm. I'm gonna give it a 9. I think I think it could have used maybe something a little bit like softer or maybe like a really heavy song or something like that just to kind of like throw in there to kind of like mix things up because everything was kind of similar even though they all had like their little different like themes that kind of set them apart. I still think it could have used like maybe like an interlude or something. Maybe just like a a little 30-second, 40-second interlude or something, with some like I don't know, electronics and stuff or something. I don't know. Just to fill it out a little bit because it is 36 minutes, but it definitely did not feel like that. It just felt like it went by like really fast. That's also probably just because a lot of the songs kind of sounded a little bit similar, and they were also very fast paced, so they
Yeah.
just kind of like came and went, but not in like a bad way.
Um, yeah, I'm pretty much. Yeah, I'll agree with you. I'll go with 9 as well. I think this, like I said, the music here was really, really well done. Still can't give it that 10 just because of my personal not being able to connect too much. Like if I think if they would have just have like just one song with some vocals, like maybe the end, where they went for that kind of bigger feel. I think that would have probably pushed it over that edge. And also, like you said, um, having like a really heavy song or a lot like softer song to kind of change up the tempo a little bit. Um, I can agree with that as well. But still, for what they did here, they kept it interesting the whole time. So uh, again, with being instrumental, that's a good thing for me because that's what I need. So I thought this was really well done. So 9 out of 10 for me, 9 out of 10 for Jordan. Uh, Great job to intervals. Y'all are too generous. All the complaints you had, and still a 9. I didn't have any complaints. I just said
They're
that
not
I
like
just
complaints,
yeah,
really.
and like Jordan said, it's like more complaints about the genre. like damn, I just wish it had vocals. I'm not gonna be like it's a 4 out of 10 because it didn't have vocals. Uh, Zeus Ball said
Objectively, it's very good.
doing a reverse album where 2 songs had the guest vocals would have given it a point more for me. Yeah, it still needed something, but I think and this sounds like something that you would like, Chaotic Fantasy. You like the fucking progressive genty shit. That's literally what this was.
Literally the whole time.
Chaotic Fantasy said 4 out of 10. By the way, that's what,
What?
probably joking,
Did you
but
listen to the same thing we listened to?
um, all right. Let's go to Ameonna. Let's see if they have are late. We're always fucking late. I don't think they have last respects. It's just the AMV. Looks like it's got lyrics on it, so we'll pull that up. Last respects. Yeah, okay. Um, True wants a band. 0 out of 10. 0 representing the gaping hole where vocals should have been. That's good. I like that. Okay, so apparently, so for background, this is basically all the ex-members of Chelsea Grin, or at least 3 of them. Alex, Pablo, and I don't know the other dude's name, but it's a guitarist. So all ex-members of Chelsea Grin. Also, this
Jake.
is I don't remember. Maybe when I click on it, it'll pull up. But it has. Apparently, this is not their debut EP. They put one out, but I think it was in January when we weren't doing reviews at the time. We were on break. So, RIP, this will be our first listen. And it's also called, this is Goddess Rain. The other one is like Goddess something. Goddess Wept. So I wonder if it's like kind of like the you know how Chelsea Grin had the Heaven and Hell kind of thing. I wonder if they're kind of doing that. I don't know. So let's see how this is. Jacob Harmon. Volume.
I thought I had a purpose, a vision for my dream. At some point I lost myself, lost what it meant. Then my life was shattered, and now I'm wondering, how did I put it back together when I'm missing a piece? But what piece is that?
I think remind me of the plot in You right now.
Yeah.
But the more it sinks in, I found that everything.
Interesting having Pablo doing the vocals the whole time. Was that who that was? The mids? Eight oh eight in there. Surprised you didn't do the biggest release of this week, One Step Closer. Is that the biggest release? That be qualified as
They are like a big band.
the biggest release? They're like more like title fight kind of shit. So, I don't.
There's some like hardcore in here too.
Yeah.
It's like in between title fight and style.
Oh, I forgot to go back live on TikTok. We'll go back live for the other album. When are the Marge Simpson vocals gonna come in? That's what I want to hear. Kind of more like a mid-tempo kind of deathcore. Kind of like Make Them Suffer.
I'm so sick of this self-employed fake record-seeking society.
Solid. Chaos Fantasy says, late response, but I never liked intervals. I feel like you would. Maybe not enough of the genty, kind of heavier parts. More snobbery. It's pretty solid. Solid breakdown, at least. This one we have a lyric video for. Go ahead and pull that up just for shits and giggles. Okay, apparently I clicked off of it, but Ameonna. Last respects. Yeah. They sound proggy in a generic way, if that's even a thing. Yeah, intervals. Yeah, it's good. It's guitar winkery. It's not like exactly prog, you know. bit of a deeper kind of about someone dying. The little Tweedles. It's weird, it still feels very like 2012, 2014.
Yeah.
Feels like this would have been the next progression of sound for Chelsea Grin if Alex stayed in the band.
Not really.
I know when Tom came in, it was weird because like a lot of the shit they put out sounded very like it's like borderline metalcore, or at least like a couple of the songs were like very like bro metalcore kind of sounding in a way than Chelsea Grin. But I'm not too versed in Chelsea Grin lore of like members and all that. They were a band I listened to a lot of their like the hits. I didn't know too much about them though. For some reason I was very picky with deathcore back in the day. Interesting little transition there. It was like breakdown, but not. Zeusbolt says my third favorite deathcore release this year. I mean, from this part of the year. I think the first couple of songs were a little weaker for me, but after the last song and this one, I think these are like really good.
I don't understand this one.
Yeah. Like a couple parts that are inspired by like the newer symphonic deathcore, but they don't lean like, you know, all the way into it, which is probably a good thing. Thank you for not just putting out Lorna Shore. Imagine that. Imagine he makes his new band and it just sounds like Tom doing Tom Lorna Shore. Like, oh, you got Tom Chelsea Grin? Well, I got Alex, Alex Lorna Shore.
Long ass 808.
I still don't care for Tom's version of Chelsea Grin. I don't either. Jordan and I went to see, we're watching them and we're like, all right, just play fucking, I don't remember the name of the song at this point right now. What's the big Chelsea Grin song? Like the Chelsea Grin song? The breakdown. Recreant. Yeah, I was like, just play Recreant, and they never did.
Either that one or Supermanger.
Yeah, they never played it. They might have played it like later. But we were like, all right, we're just gonna leave. Like, I'm not watching it.
I mean, that first double album we heard was really good. And then
The first half, yeah, the first half was good.
Funny that Suicide Silence album also came out that year. That's the one we listened to, and we were like, "Oh, it's really good." And we never listened to it. They're kind of choppy patterns here.
Darko releasing that 19-track album June 5th. Oh my god.
There better be a bunch of like melodic fucking heavy songs on there.
Oh, there's just gonna be that just with fucking jungle beats. Oh god. All right, let's shit. Excuse me. All right, let's talk about it. We're late. Let's go. All right, so we just listened to the I guess this is the second EP from Ameonna, whatever word that is, featuring members of Chelsea Grin. So now we're gonna talk about it a little bit. I'll give you my thoughts, some track highlights. We'll go into a deeper discussion with my co-host Jordan over here, and come back around and give you our ratings for our on the spot first listen album review. So I'm familiar with like Chelsea Grin. I know some of their songs. I'm not like the biggest Chelsea Grin head. I don't know a lot about the lore and everything. But I am familiar, you know, with the sound and the members. We've got Pablo, Alex, and Jacob. I think it was the other guy's name. All ex-members of Chelsea Grin. And this is their second EP. We did miss their first EP. We have not heard it. We were on break at the time when that came out, so would be interesting to come and kind of compare these two. But for now, this is our first entry into this band. And I think this is pretty interesting. I think this is really good, to be honest. It's not too spectacular, but it's like just like in the way that it's still good. Like it's very it captures a lot of kind of the tropes of like 2012 to 2014 deathcore, when a lot of it was like very, you know, kind of more mid-tempo, not super fast or anything. Didn't borrow a lot as much from, you know, the death metal kind of stuff. But this was very, you know, again, this is very mid-tempo for a lot of this. Not the whole time. So I do appreciate them for that. They definitely change it up. There's some faster parts. There's some slower parts. You get some really interesting transitions. There is a lot of interesting stuff in here. I would say that the first two songs didn't quite grab me just yet. They were just kind of on the nose deathcore, you know, at first. But then when they came in with Last Respects, I think that's when I really got interested. That one had a lyric video for it, you know, kind of a deeper kind of meaning about someone passing away, kind of giving it kind of like a melancholy kind of vibe. But it's like they're basically kind of a positive lyrics, but you know, with like a sad tone. And I really appreciated it, especially because as the song like went on, they added a little bit more melodic moments to it, some extra like guitar work and stuff like that. And then on the track immediately after, they kind of did more of that. They had some more melodic sections in there, so it definitely started to get my attention after that third track. So I really appreciated that. Outside of that, I think the production's pretty decent. I would say my only complaint with production is some of the cymbal work is a little bit quieter for my taste. A lot of the cymbals were just a little bit too buried. But the guitar tone was really solid. Bass was decent. Vocals were really well done. Especially I believe they had you know, especially with the mixture of the two different vocalists doing, you know, I think they had Pablo doing parts, and Alex is very recognizable when he comes in. So for like a 3-man band, I think this is really, really solid stuff. And I'm glad that they didn't really lean into, you know, trying to sound like Chelsea Grin or anything. I think that's why a lot of it was kind of more mid tempo. Chelsea Grin's a little bit, OG kind of deathcore. So I also think they kind of took notes from like more modern symphonic blackened deathcore. A lot of the kind of like violin kind of symphony kind of stuff that they had in there, but they didn't lean into that a lot, which I really appreciate. I don't want we got plenty of those. They just had some moments. There was like, I think only really 2 songs where they used it. It was like the first song, and then I think the part of like the last track or the 4th track, I don't remember. So yeah, I think there's like just enough interesting stuff to make it kind of have its own sound, while still having having that kind of grounded, just generic. I don't want to say generic in a bad term, deathcore sound. So it's got enough punch in here. There's some really decent kind of breakdowns. Oh, I guess the other production note is there are props to them for putting some 808s, some really long 808s in here, but they were also a little quiet. Like it was like it didn't fucking punch when it really could have. So maybe kick those up a little bit, get those the cymbal work a little louder, and other than that, I think this would be really solid. But I think this was pretty good. Comparatively, if you had me compare to the newer like Chelsea Grin stuff, I would probably put the first half of their Chelsea Grin's little split thing that they did probably above this, but I would put this right under that, above the most recent Chelsea Grin stuff, because that one was just like, yeah, it was fine. So I thought that I think I'm sure they don't want to just be compared to Chelsea Grin, but hey, we got to do it. You got to do it. And I think this is pretty on par with that. And it's still, again, it didn't really sound like Chelsea Grin. So props to them for that. So keeping their own kind of sound. So I do like that. So Jordan, what do you think?
I thought it was pretty good. I definitely didn't know what to expect. I kind of just expected it maybe to be, just kind of like Chelsea Grin 2.0, but it kind of leans a little bit more on the side of like metalcore. Like at times, it's very like there's like a weird balance between like melodic and not melodic, but like still deathcore, but still metalcore. It's very weird. There's a lot of like different touches of like electronics and like like symphonic kind of stuff, and then like there's a little bit more of like the emotional kind of like 2014 metalcore kind of side to it as well. So it's definitely like a kind of a weird balance, but I think it's a good balance. There's a lot of interesting transitions and different ideas, like using like the electronics, like I said, and then having that weird kind of like almost melodic, but then it goes like straight into like another heavy kind of like atonal, kind of like chromatic part, and then it kind of goes back and forth between some in like some of the songs later on. I think like the at least Last Respects and the last 2 songs as well, which I think gives it kind of a unique tone. It's definitely not something I expected from the members of Chelsea Grin, but it's definitely something that fits the sound a lot. And so I think that's a really cool kind of like contrast there. Also contrast with like the vocals, between the 2 vocalists. I think that's really, creative. A lot of the bands that I like usually have like multiple vocalists and really utilize those really well. So they definitely did that here. Guitar playing was, pretty standard deathcore for the most part. But I think the weirdest part was the transitions on here. Like the last 3 songs have some like very weird like transitions where they just kind of like switch to something like different like right away, and it's kind of like I don't to me it kind of sounded like different like keys, like different like like the notes were different, but it was also kind of fit, and I don't know, it was very weird. I'd probably have to listen to it again, just because those transitions kind of come out of nowhere, and I was just like, wait, what happened? And then it just goes into another part, and it doesn't really like stop and let you think about it. It just keeps going. So it's definitely very weird. Maybe I was just kind of having a moment there, but it definitely seemed like some weird transitions to me. I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it really. It was just very kind of like jarring a little bit. But it didn't really take me out too much. It was just kind of like, oh, that was weird. Um, yeah, the mixing was great. Minus, the cymbals and the 808s. I also had that kind of problem with it a little bit. Just because I think the guitars were like, and the vocals were like really loud in the mix. But that's kind of deathcore, um, well, kind of modern deathcore. Like back in the day, like usually the drums and the guitars would be like the loudest thing in like a mix, and there'd be like some like clipping ass 808s in there to like just throw the whole mix out of whack. But this is definitely a lot cleaner and a lot more on the modern side, especially with like a lot of the like electronics and kind of like symphonic quotation, kind of sounds. But I think it's definitely a good combination of all those things. I'll have to go back and listen to the first EP just to kind of get like a little reference to see maybe like if all of it kind of sounds like that. But from what it is, I think it's pretty solid. Um, just not what I was really expecting. It definitely exceeded my expectations a little bit, rather than kind of like underwhelming. So I think pretty good.
All right, what would you rate this?
Mm, I think I'm gonna give it an 8. Like it definitely has the potential to be like a 9, especially if they got like a really like big like emotional moment or something like that. Like they kind of almost had it on the last respects a little
Mm-hmm.
bit, but they didn't really go like too hard into the emotions. But I think if there would have been like whatever that fucking was it Donna, the Darko song. I mean, I know we're comparing it to fucking other Tom, whatever, Chelsea Grin, whatever, but like it definitely if it had one of those kind of songs, like a very like emotional kind of like sad song kind of like mixed in with like the tone that they already have, I think that would have like been kind of like real huge. Like some album ender kind of, material. I think that definitely would fit this band kind of well.
Mm-hmm.
They did go a little bit into it, but I'd like to see them, go farther into that. Um, and then also I just want to have those transitions be a little bit smoother. I don't know. It's just very, very jarring to me, but I don't think it took too much away. It was just kind of like a very weird thing that kind of catches your ear. But I think that also kind of works in its favor. It just makes it a little bit more different and sets it apart from, just kind of like normal deathcore or whatever. Although it did get a little bit kind of into the like Lorna Shorey territory a little bit with like the kind of like big kind of like symphonic stuff, but they didn't really go too far into that to where it's like a copy. I think it still feels like its own thing. Um, so I definitely think an 8. I think the next one, if they do like a full length and they can have some like emotional moments, it could be like a 9 or a 10.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just have to see. Because I mean, these people have been in band for a while, so they definitely know how to write music, and it's definitely not something like a debut amateur kind of like EP or anything. It definitely feels like it's made by like like a super. I guess it's not a super group, but like you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It definitely feels like that. It definitely feels seasoned.
Uh, yeah, I'm right there with you again. I'm at an 8 as well. I think I basically summed it up with my opening statement. That this was very it's kind of like on the nose deathcore, but it has like just enough to really kind of make it its own kind of sound. If you take away the fact who the members are and everything, um, you know, uh, it has more of a kind of a mid tempo, like you said, like kind of almost like metalcore kind of focused sound, but I think with the vocals, the different ranges that they had in here, and then having that melodic song right in the middle, like I said, just enough touches that really kind of set it apart from other bands currently, that make me appreciate it more. So I think an 8 out of 10 is where I'm at as well. Like you said, it has the potential. Fuck it, set yourself even more apart from Chelsea Grin and push that melodic side, not the symphonic. Okay, that's not what I don't. Not that melodic, not symphonic. Symphonic can be melodic, but that's not what the fuck I'm talking about. Don't do that. Don't do Lorna Shore. Melodic part. Last
Emotional
respects.
melodic.
Yes, that. Yes, focus on like that last respects kind of shit, like that. I think you could do something really interesting, and I think this is
Like
pretty.
just do like a boundaries kind of, like what's that one song? We sing out of sync, something like that. I don't know. Do something like that where, real big and fucking emotional, melodic, but also heavy, but just real all encompassing. I think that definitely could fit their sound a lot, because there was a little bit of it, like honestly a little bit kind of also reminded me of like the Knock Loose album, kind of like with the like atmosphere kind of on some of the songs. Like there was a little bit of like a weird kind of vibe that kind of they have, and boundaries and some of that other kind of stuff had. So it's definitely a little bit closer to that. I think if maybe they combine a little bit more of that, it would just be a little bit more unique and have be like if boundaries with deathcore, just with all those different elements. I think it would be kind of cool.
Yeah, there's definitely some good potential here for sure. And it wasn't just Chelsea Grin again, so I can appreciate that. So 8 out of 10 for both of us. Good job to Ameonna, I think is how you say it. I don't know.
Anemone.
Areola. All right, Zeus Bowl said EP is 9 out of 10 based on your scale. I'm wearing your my first tier is. What was your scale again? Will you just type that out for me? Because I want to remember it. I'm just curious. I always forget.
It
was like Queen
Cold.
Or no, that was your first one. That was your first one. Now it's like banger baller bomber or something. I don't remember.
Old cool mint.
All right, let's
like
jump into this because we are so fucking behind. We are 40 minutes behind. Goddamn, we still have a whole fucking album. Extortionist. I was gonna say I'm gonna immediately hit play, but I gotta check and see real quick. Extortionist. If they got any. They have one for Invisible Scars. When It All Goes Dark. Devoid of Love and Light. That's just a thing. Drained of Life, is that in here? Is that in here too? It is. God damn, they got a lot of fucking music video. Alright, that's good for now. Alright, here we go.
Prime Wave, let's go.
Banger, beast, cold mint, cool, decent, nah, and you fucked up. That's funny. I still feel like, me personally, I would have beast over banger. Like, banger's like, hell yeah, that's a banger, and then beast is like, beast, That's how I view it. Extortionist lyrics. Oh, my bad. Why did I just do that? I did it on the Spotify. I did it on the Spotify tab. There you go. Extortionist lyrics. Extinguisher? Yeah. You're gonna get me saying that, don't
Extinguisher's not even a band anymore.
Yeah. Great lyrics here.
This is what is haunting me.
The intro. Okay. Out of touch. Oh, we got lyrics on here. Yeah, nice. How can I click? Yeah! Yeah! Got the James Hetfield. Yeah!
Give me the 2, look at that. Give me the come da 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 da.
What he sings like it.
I was not expecting
Right? I mean, I was kind of wondering because of the album cover. You got like some pretty flowers and shit. There's a lot of treble in this mix, I will say that. It's very trebly.
I appreciate that though for the low tune.
Skipping this one, see y'all?
I remember the last time I saw Extortionist. And that was at Comcast.
Mine was at the door.
I
I think I have a flyer of them upstairs. With the, I think it was Unity, maybe.
it was before Extortionist broke up.
Sure. Let me look. Let's see, Extortionist, Extinguisher tour. It definitely wasn't with Rings of Saturn. So maybe it wasn't Distinguisher.
From my toxic breath.
Body Snatcher, Extortionist, Lorna Shore Hive. That doesn't sound right either.
Oh yeah, that's the one I wanted.
Extortionist, The Door, Dallas. It's gonna bother me. Because I know I have a flyer upstairs. Wasn't with Attila. Look at that. I don't know. Guess we'll never know. Wait. Damn, they're going in on these cleans. The Browning, Betraying the Martyrs, Navajo. I don't know either.
Navajo.
Right? I heard that name and way before it. Yeah.
I went to high school.
Yeah, I mean,
vocalist Nick used to work at Osbrew
one of them it might be that guy
before they were.
Lieber. Yeah, it is interesting. This Contortionist. You don't get a lot of kind of the beat down feeling stuff with cleans. And it's kind of like more like shoegazy kind of vocals. It's not like very kind of mid-tempo. It's not upbeat like metalcore clean vocals. Solo. Yeah, load cleans. It's a very kind of interesting mix to put that again with like beat down kind of vocals were reminding me of Phil Collins. What?
What?
We got a music video for this one. They did have a music video for another one that I missed. Oh well. The kick is very punchy. now we got some Lane Staley. It's like Stone Temple Pilots or
Oh,
Alice in Chains.
Extortion and Chains.
The whole package is working for you. It's very interesting. I'm gonna give you that. It doesn't really sound like other. Damn, they have music video for almost every fucking song on this.
The Extortionist 2023, you punk motherfucker. Thought I was done, but I'm return. Guilty now say, you know there's the pain you've caused me for the rest of my fucking life.
They weren't done. Why don't they just come in with the Extortionist 2024 motherfucker? Classic. Let me double check and make sure we don't have another fucking, cause goddamn Extortionist. It looks like they have a music video for almost every single. I think this is just a stream. Okay. Still cool. Very cool visuals. Doubling down on the Alice in Chains.
Reminds me of new 18 Vision, where it's got like a butt rock vocals mixed with a really heavy downturn breakdown and riff.
Dude, that's crazy. I think this is crazy.
A little bit of sworn in.
Yeah.
A little bit of art complex. Widow. God, these fucking Samsung Galaxy Buds 2 Pros piss me off because they only come with one size ear tip. This one is perfect. And then this one is just a very slightly loose. But I have the pluses or whatever, and those came with multiple tips.
I thought they pretty much all did too. Be cool. It would be cool if they did have like a slower song on here, like a fucking lowly Silent Hill, some Silent Hill shit.
What was that one song? A Two-Way Mirror.
Yeah.
Wait, was Extortionist on that Trader Final Tour?
Maybe at the Profit Bar.
Yeah.
(2017). No, that's Distinguisher.
No, that was Distinguisher.
Oh god.
It doesn't help that they're so similar.
Label it on. Unique leader. Let's just see.
Which is weird because unique leader is mostly like tech, death, and
Yeah.
progressive. I'm pretty sure Chakran is on unique leader, right? I think they are. I know like Australia was on unique leader.
Desynchronized.
Desync out of sync.
It's like stabbing westward.
I don't think I've listened to Cabin Westward in at least 18 years.
Like the little in the background. I like that little like transition.
I mean, you wanted a load song.
Right? This is, I mean, this is literally Body Snatcher, but low. Like, very interesting mix. Like, it's such a, like a contrast of that, like, soft part and just right into a two-step. Like a hateful two-step. Same vibe as the Knock Loose album. clean vocals behind the breakdown. God damn. I gotta tell you, I was not expecting this in an Extortionist album. Like, this is just not what I thought we were about to get into. Isabel says there's a reason why I love Body Snatchers EPs and not big on their albums, because it's all too much at once. And that's why this one is working. Yeah. Oh, hold on. We got a music video for this one, sorry.
I went straight into it.
Yeah. But of course we got the fucking unique leader, Demon Head, to ruin the flow. Oh, he's got the hoodie on. This is gonna be the hardcore song.
I'm down.
Best song, yeah, I think Desynchronized was probably the best song. It was really good. Ugh, gross. Spit on the fucking camera.
I'm streaming right now.
That was probably the I'd say probably the more like standard sounding Extortionist song, except for like that they still had the creepy guitar in the background, that kind of sound. So still pretty interesting. All right, that's Drain of Life. Two more. Is this one gonna be a Loathe song too? I just don't know what to expect at this point.
They see the signs and I know. Don't fall, 'cause I can't say I'm I dissociate.
Fuck. It feels very Perfect Circle. The kind of guitar. What the fuck? Ebb and flow, let's go. Bizarre circles.
Won't you say something? You're unresponsive, and yeah, I know my body's blank. There's nothing to strange your love ain't distant. I let go. Don't fall, 'cause I can't say I dissociate. Don't fall, 'cause I can't say I dissociate. I used to feel alive, now I feel nothing. I feel empty inside, I always had anything. I would give all I am if I could feel something. I would give all I am to not feel like this. Don't fall, 'cause I can't say I dissociate. Don't fall,
I don't know why this sounds like the Mara Effect Spirit Box to me. I can see what you're saying. Got that same kind of mood. Alright,
Yeah, I didn't hear that entire last song.
Jordan. What do you mean you didn't hear the song? Why didn't you say something?
I've been literally been saying my shit got disconnected. Hold on.
Chat, did y'all hear Jordan say a damn word?
Yeah, because it got disconnected. My mic is my headphones.
Well, we're gonna re-listen to it. Can't get it appropriate. Are you ready?
Yeah, because literally one of them died, and it all disconnected the whole thing, and then I reconnected it, and there was no sound.
God
So I
damn
just
it.
missed the song.
Oh, Chaotic Fantasy's pissed. I thought you were leaving. I thought you were done with this. Alright, here we go. We're gonna play this one again. I'ma go pee.
I can't seem sweet. I'm caught in the deep. I've been lost in the grave. They see the signs and I know. Don't fall, 'cause I can't say I'm I dissociate.
This is very a perfect circle feeling. I gotta repeat my commentary for recording.
Everything I know, but I'm unconscious and I'm seeing gold. The resonance inside me been flown. Regret takes it all, I lose control. Won't you say something unresponsive? And yeah, I know my mind is blank, there's nothing. A stranger loving distance. I let go. Don't fall, 'cause I can't say I'm I dissociate. Don't fall, 'cause I can't say I'm I dissociate.
Zeus Bolt says this shot into my top albums of this part of the year rankings list. Carry the Spark says I kind of wish the whole album had this sound.
No.
No. I think it's got a right amount of mix. To be
This
honest.
thing is fun to know because it's out of
Don't fall, 'cause I can't say I'm I dissociate. Don't fall, 'cause I can't say I'm I dissociate.
Alright, now we got a music video for the last one. So here we go. Let's see how they end it. Curious. Hold on. There was a quote for like half a second. It says, I came into this world with a divine purpose. From my first steps to my final flight, I fulfill each day anew. I nurture myself and share my gifts, playing my part in the greater whole. Well, now I gotta know who this is.
boundaries. But
Came into this world with a divine purpose. Let's see. That you're just Jesus. This part right here. Light of many minds. From maybe one of these books or something. I don't know. Interesting. Continue.
I guess it's my distrustful fate.
The heavy songs are cool, but I don't like the things in them. If they were just heavy and then had these sprinkled in, I would like it better. It's a hot take. I disagree. That's what makes them interesting. You wearing a Kayonashi hoodie?
Like, this sounds like Load right here.
Kinda, yeah. God, that effect. That's so weird. By those last lyrics, name of the album. Let's go. Hold on, I just want to check and see and make sure that's like exactly how it ends.
Devil Wears Prada? Legs?
Okay. Alright, let's talk about it. We're late. Devoid of light, love and light. Alright. All right, so we just listened to the new Extortionist album, Devoid of Love and Light. So now we're going to talk about it a little bit, give you our thoughts, some track highlights. We'll go into a deeper discussion with my co-host Jordan, and come back around and give you our ratings for our on-the-spot first listen album review. So I'm familiar with Extortionist. Seen them several times. Body Snatcher, Traders, all those kind of. And I'm a little kind of speechless here. I'm very familiar with them and kind of had an expectation of what we were going to get into when we sat down to listen to this, and this is completely different than anything I thought I was going to hear. I kind of had, okay, well, that's a lie. I kind of had an inkling just from the album artwork. You've got this creepy fucking whatever the fuck monster this is, but you've got these like beautiful flowers all over the place, and so I was like, I don't know, I wonder if they're gonna have some like kind of like pretty stuff in here, and holy shit, did this like I think this kind of blew me away, to be honest. This was nothing that I expected, and I don't know if it blew me away because it was nothing what I expected, or if I just not, maybe if I didn't know who this band was or anything, maybe I wouldn't have been so shocked. But man, there's like cleans in every song here. And what I find the most interesting about it is that they do focus on them. There's a couple songs on here that are specifically like pretty much almost solely cleans. But in the songs where they're really kind of, they're not like big, whiny kind of vocals that are, very distracting. They're very,
Butt rock.
yeah, they're very kind of, like Alice in Chains, feeling like straight up. There's a couple songs that like, dude literally sounds like Alice in Chains. And then like, kind of like Stone Temple Pilots. But then it's also kind of like eerie kind of cleans, or kind of like Loathe. It definitely feels like it's inspired by Loathe, but they still sound, it's like Body Snatcher. Like it's like Body Snatcher beat down hardcore if they also did Loathe stuff, which is like, in my opinion, I don't think there's anything that fucking sounds like this off the top of my head. No one really kind of taps into that kind of switch between beat down
Maybe
and
Alpha Wolf.
kinda, in a way, but not. That's a completely different kind of tempo and like vibe. To be honest, so I think this is just kind of shocking, and in such a good way. I think this is really, really good. Lyricism here is pretty top notch. Very deep, dark kind of tone. It's got like kind of horror vibes. It might just be the music videos too, that kind of remind me of like the Knock Loose kind of album. But it's got that same kind of vibe, but it sounds completely different. Like it doesn't sound anything like that kind of music. It's so interesting that they can pull that off in that same kind of thing in a completely different way. So I'm gonna be honest, I really hope that other people hear this album, because I think a lot of people would really I think this could blow up, but I worry that it might not, just because it's they're smaller, and just maybe people just kind of have them in that Body Snatcher kind of block, where it's like, oh yeah, we know we kick heads to that, but this is like completely different. I think what's here is really kind of special in a way. I'm gonna be honest. It's really unique. And when the cleans do come in, like they still have really heavy instrumentals and everything. It's like I said, they're not straight up in your face kind of focused on, they kind of add like layers of like the spooky kind of synths and things like that on top of it. And then but then you do, like I said, you do have the couple songs on here. Desynchronized, probably my favorite track. Such a interesting dichotomy, I guess is the best word to use here, in that track, where you've got like really haunting kind of verses and stuff, but then the chorus is kind of a more like it comes in with like this really heavy two-step, uh like the beat down kind of like two-step, and it's like such a switch up that it's like, wow. And when I say it kicks in, I mean like the guitars and the drums, the production on it is like so loud and aggressive that it's like it punches you, and it really does. And speaking of which, I think the kick on here is probably one of my favorite parts of this album. It's very, very, very punchy and loud, and I like that. And the snare is really strong too, and they use different snares here as well. There's like, they got the trash can kind of snare that comes in only a couple times, but it's really cool. But yeah, this is I think this is just really fucking interesting. I really hope more people hear this, because I think this could be probably gonna be in my top 5. I don't know if I could say. I don't know if I would, if I could put this over the Knock Loose. I would have to. We're gonna wait till the end of the year. We're gonna revisit some of these, but this is how good. Like, I think this is really unique. I'm gonna be honest. Again, it could just be because I know who Extortionist is, and I was expecting just some, beat down fucking hardcore shit, and that's not what I got. But damn, this is pretty fucking crazy. So Jordan, what did you think?
I don't really know what to say. I'm kind of speechless. Like, this kind of like blew me away a little bit. Like, I, like Michael said, going into this, we kind of expected the beatdown thing. I kind of figured they might go like a different direction, just because they kind of like broke up and they like went on their final tour or whatever, and then they came back. So I kind of had a feeling like they might change things up, a little bit, and not just stay the same. I think they'd probably, on their hiatus, they kind of like saw what was getting popular and kind of like took in those influences, because like whenever around the time they kind of left was whenever like Loathe, I Let It In, and Took Everything kind of came out, and all that kind of stuff came out, and so you can definitely hear that on this, like with the influences, but it's not in a way like a copycat kind of thing, kind of like how people say Loathe is just Deftones, but like it's not really. Like, it's in the same kind of way where it's like it takes those influences and it kind of like shows it really blatantly, but like they only use it in kind of in like tone and kind of atmosphere and kind of like theme. Like, it's not really like one for one taken, like, oh, here's like a kind of like shoegazy thing. Like, it's all kind of mixed in, and that's kind of like what I like about it, just because they do mix in, the heavy beatdown stuff, but then they still have like those like haunting cleans and like the fucking like Alice in Chains type vocals and stuff. It's really works, because Alice in Chains is already like a very dark band, and so mixing that with kind of like a beatdown kind of thing, it kind of makes sense a little bit. Kind of like how like a lot of like hardcore bands, they love like Typo Negative, that kind of thing. It's got that kind of like similar kind of like tone and feel a little bit. Like I could definitely see like them wearing some like Typo Negative shirts and stuff like that. It's got kind of like that gothy kind of like low rumbly kind of cleans, but then like not all the cleans are like that. Like, they definitely vary the cleans on each song. Like, some of them like kind of similar, but they don't really do it back to back. They kind of like switch it up between songs, and so like a little bit is a little bit more gritty. We kind of like made like a little bit of a fucking James Hetfield joke, but then a little bit of the other stuff was more kind of like more in the line of like Loathe, kind of like more like chill, kind of subdued kind of like vocals, which definitely fit for those parts, especially along with like the lyrics and like how dark and just kind of like moody everything in it, it kind of fits everything. So I think it's, very perfectly done. But then you still have like those heavy beat down fucking Extortionist 2024 motherfucker type things in it. So like it's kind of like I don't know. It's very cool to see. Like it definitely would be like a very dynamic kind of like show, and like this album is kind of like a very dynamic album without it being too different between the songs. Like the songs feel very cohesive and they fit together, but they also don't really like they're not very samey. They all have their kind of like different feel. And just because like they do mix in that beat down stuff in with the cleans and like the more slow stuff, it kind of like makes those heavy moments pop a lot more. So I definitely think it was very cleverly done. Um, mix was pretty much perfect. I think the guitars were like Michael kind of mentioned that there was a lot of treble in this mix, but I feel like it really needed that just because it was tuned so low. And like sometimes they would like click on that like octave pedal and go even lower. And so like I definitely could see why they'd have it more trebly because those notes really pop. And it's not like a lot of the modern kind of like modern metalcore bands where it's like fuzzed out like low tune stuff. Like this is like very audible guitars. Like they're right up in your like left and right there, like right next to your fucking head. Same with the drums. Like the kick drum on this is fucking like punchy. Like it just kind of like you can kind of feel it more than you hear it, but you can also hear it because it's got that little bit of treble clickiness to it. But it's not like too overdone. It's not like Pantera clicky. Um, I do think the cymbals were a little washed out. Like I didn't really notice the cymbals too much. But I didn't not not notice that they were going like a little bit subdued. If that makes sense. Maybe it's just because the music kind of like jarred us a little bit and kind of like wasn't what we were expecting. Maybe I just didn't pay attention too much of it, but I think that's kind of like a good thing as well because if I had really would have like pointed it out and then would have been like a point of contention, it definitely would have taken off some points. But for some reason, I don't really mind it too much. Also, there aren't really like 808s in this. Like there are like kind of like the little like impact ones, but they don't really utilize that, which I thought was kind of interesting because I feel like they did use that a lot before. So maybe I don't know. I think it definitely didn't need them. Like whatever whatever kind of effects that they did use, I think it fits definitely. I didn't really make any notes or like take too many points off for that or anything. I think it's just something I'd noticed and not something that's really a problem. Um, Other than that, I don't really have too much else to say. It's just kind of it is what it is. Like it's very derivative, but it's also its own thing. Like it's still extortionist, and I think that's probably the best part about it. Like because a lot of those bands, they take like real big influences and stuff like that. They go a little bit too far into it, and they kind of trap themselves in that little hole. But I feel like they have enough of their own identity and they know where they are because they've been a band for a while. I think at least like maybe 8 years or something. So they definitely know what they're doing. Um, but yeah, I don't really have too much to say. I think I was just kind of like speechless for most of it. I was just kind of surprised. But it's a good kind of surprise.
Yeah, they definitely. You can see they definitely borrow some stuff. Like I said, you could just name off like plenty of bands that they kind of borrow from, but in such a way that it's just like notes. It's like hints of that they just add on top of their sound
Flavors.
to make it bigger. To kind of blossom it out in a different way. So what would you rate this?
Hmm. I hmm. I want to give it a 10, but I don't think it got to like that emotional point quite.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was almost there. Like it was a little too dark and moody for it to be kind of like emotional. Like I feel like if they had like I don't think they would have done it like a softer like kind of song. It would have fit, but they didn't really do like a super emotional moment for me. That's kind of what I look for like a 10 out of 10, you know, like something that really pops and makes you say wow. But I definitely think it's good enough for a good strong 9. Like I could go back to this later and after listening to everything that's come out this year and just be like,
Mm-hmm.
oh yeah, this is great. But I think for right now, I think it's sitting at a good 9. Like it's right on the cusp. Like it could have there could have been like one like the ending song could have been some like
Yeah.
I don't know what they could have done, but there definitely could have been a little room for that, and I was kind of waiting for that a little bit, but it didn't really quite get there for me.
Yeah, I will say if I had to have one negative part of the album, I would say the last track was a little bit not exactly weaker. I just, with all the buildups of the other songs, I would have liked to have had something a little bit more impactful in that last one, which they kind of did. I think the way it was kind of the way they did it because of like the music videos were like tied together. So I don't know, the band's like headcanon for that, for like the lore of all that and everything. But sonically it was like, I would have maybe put, one of those like desynchronized. I don't know. Desynchronized was such a good track that I think having it in the middle was kind of perfect for it. But something like that. So I would say that's my one negative is the last track didn't quite have that last track kind of feel. But outside of that, I'm still gonna give it a 10 out of 10. To be honest, I think this was just this like the whole time I was just like, what the fuck am I hearing? I have no idea what's gonna happen next. I agree with Jordan. Like it was almost like there was almost like some really strong emotional moments, and like I said, the lyrics are they're really there. So I do look for that as well. But for everything else for me, just lifted it up so much for me, and I think the risks that the band took, is what is making me want to give them that 10. 'Cause I think this is really good, and like I said, I've said it 3 times already. I hope more people hear this because I think this is really unique. And you don't really hear a lot of unique stuff in this kind of genre, which isn't a bad thing. We all love the beatdown stuff, and I think this just really kind of takes off in a very interesting direction. So 10 out of 10 for me. I think this is really fucking great. And 9 out of 10 for Jordan. Still super super high. Definitely not what I was expecting coming into this. So wow, great job to Extortionist. All right. Zeus Bolt said perfect album, 10 out of 10. Awesome.
Wow.
Yep. Carry the Spark said the heavy songs were cool, but I didn't like the cleans of them if they were heavy, and then had the softer songs sprinkled in. See, but that's what I like, is that it was kind of the other way around. It was, it had the cleans in almost every song, and then they had like 2 songs that were like just like straight up, pretty much heavy. So it kind of did the same thing you were saying, just in a different way. So yeah, y'all still here? Yes, I don't know what you're saying. But all right, that is the end of the stream. We appreciate y'all coming. We are super fucking late. Holy shit, over an hour past our time that I had planned. God damn it. We will be streaming again on Tuesday, some album reviews. Hopefully it will be what did I say? Chakran and Mortal Reminder, and probably an EP or 2. Probably just the one. Probably one EP. If there is an EP, it'll be the Carry the Spark, Dead Vectors, one. So Tuesday. See y'all Tuesday. Yep. That's about it. We gotta go. It's fucking late. So appreciate y'all for coming and hanging out with us for this duration, and we will see y'all in a few days. So Old Ed Mike, Young Ash Jordan reminding you, never too old for this.